All right. Hello again, MGTOW. As you see, we're here near exit 37, 38, 37, 36, heading westbound on the Long Island Expressway. Kind of headed towards New York City area. Anyways, today I want to talk about the myth of the blue balls. So, what is blue balls, and why is it a myth, right? Blue balls is supposedly a medical, it's a medical terminology for a supposed disease that affects men and men only, right? The official name for it is epididymal hypertension, and so let's examine what those words mean. Epididymal refers to a gland that sits, or a set of glands that sit behind and atop the testicles, and they store sperm before it is transferred over into the urethra, which is the canal that conducts the sperm out of the penis and into either the vagina or the just air, right? So before a man ejaculates, sperm is stored in these glands, out of the testicles into these glands, and via ducts, or canals into the urethra, and then out onto or into the vagina or the woman's face or whatever. Anyways, so that's what the name comes from, the epididymal. It refers to the epididymal glands. And hypertension, right? So the word hyper means an altered state, kind of excited, and of course tension refers to stress. So according to the people that say that this so-called disease exists, and I want to, I'll go into why I think it's a myth in a second, but supposedly, these glands get overfilled if we don't have sex, right? Because the testicles keep producing sperm, and these glands get overfilled. So in other words, it's a way of saying that if we keep on producing sperm, we're gonna have this disease, right? Without discharging, we're gonna have this disease. Hypertension usually occurs when veins are constricted, and the flow of blood going through veins or through the veins is restrained because of whatever constriction, whatever happens to be constricting the vein. Usually, these are blobs of fat, like when men are obese, right? We're talking for the rest of the body, right? Veins tend to get constricted when saturated fat has accumulated, has stuck to the side of the veins, blocking the free flow of blood. And so they're trying to say that this gland and the urethra and all the mechanisms of the penis get constricted because of excess sperm accumulated in the system, right? But nothing can be further from the truth. The reality is that only 1 in 1,000 men experience not epididymal hypertension, but another disease that is a genuine disease called epididymitis, which is an inflammation of the gland behind the testicles. And it usually happens after a man goes for a vasectomy, right? So these are people who were who underwent men who underwent a vasectomy, and for whatever reason, it might have been a scalpel that wasn't properly cleaned. The medical terminology escapes me right now, but sterilized. So a scalpel that wasn't properly sterilized was used, right? That could be one reason why men get epididymitis, which is not epididymal hypertension. Two different terms, two different. One is a disease, the other one's a fucking myth. So why do feminists make up bullshit diseases regarding men, right? I believe it's another way of attacking men, psychologically attacking men. And if they can lead you to believe that, if you don't have sex, that if you don't worship the vagina, if you don't sacrifice yourself at the altar of gynocentrism, worshiping the golden, all-powerful, almighty vagina, that you are going to somehow be deceased, right? And nothing can be further from the truth. I went into the the website for my local library, because once I put in my library card numbers or whatnot, and I've had my library card for around 25 years or so, and I've been using it heavily. But anyways, so I go onto the library website there, and I go into the electronic resources that they allowed you to access if you put in your library card number. So I went in, and I can do as much research as I want there, right? And with my truck driving schedule, my research is my research time is limited. But I went in a couple of websites and a couple of research resources there, and I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find a single case where any one man had been treated for epididymal hypertension. And I hope that one of you guys out there that has more time is able to do the research yourself. Go on a library website, or go on a university website if you're in a university where they allowed you to access these research tools, and find out more and let me know, right? But I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find a single, and I went into different, like the health resources they had there, and I couldn't find the damn thing. Not a single patient has been ever treated for epididymal hypertension, right? And they say, online, if you go online and you go into people who claim to know, and look at the websites, the light research that's not really peer reviewed or anything, right? Just people posting their opinions online. If you go into those comment sections, people say that, hey, it may or may not be a disease. But if it's a disease, then it's it's a very light disease. And of course, the way to alleviate that disease is just to have sex, or to just masturbate, right? But you have to somehow just discharge, right, to alleviate this condition. And I smell bullshit. I smell it. I did go. There was one study done, and I did find this out. There's one study done by Children's Hospital of Boston, which is one of the most respected institutions regarding child health in the world, really. And they had conducted a study regarding regarding this very issue, but it was somewhat unrelated, and it had to do with children, right? It wasn't. I mean, they couldn't outright come out and say, hey, we're going to test to see if children, if the lack of sex in children causes hyperdidymal or hypertension, or whatever the fuck they call it, epididymal hypertension. So they can't come out and say something like that, because of course that'll be out, it'll out of the boundaries of what they're really supposed to be doing, which is caring for children's health, and it'll be very controversial. In a way, it'll border on pedophilia too. But they say that the causes of this disease are, there could be many factors influence the cause of this disease, and this and that, and blah 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 blah. So I ask, is this what men's health has come to, where no one really takes our health seriously? You think about all the money that goes into these hospitals, right? These hospitals that run like for-profit corporations, when in reality they're supposed to be non-profit organizations that serve the public for the interest of men and women alike, of course, for the benefit of humankind, right? But they're just playing games, just like they're doing with cancer, right? There's word out there that cancer is cured very simply by adhering to a plant-based diet that's free of carcinogens and water-rich diet, right? Proper sleep, exercise, that sort of stuff, right? But none of that is coming to light. And so, but again, in particular, regarding men's health, it's all become a joke. Everything's a joke. It's a reason to laugh. If you look at, take a look at what this disease has, how it's addressed, right? Epididymal hypertension, right? Blue balls, ha 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 ha. So everybody laughs about the blue balls, right? They talk. So it's something to joke about, and they make it seem as though your balls are going to be blue, that they're going to be like rich dark blue or something. Yeah, there was an article online. I saw an article too. I'm sorry, I just kind of skimmed through it, and the author escapes me. But one guy tried to justify it. It was a man that wrote it, and he tried to say that veins are blue because they're close to the surface of the skin, and when the sunlight reaches sorry about that, I almost missed my exit here. When the sunlight reaches the skin, right, the blood that is lacking oxygen it's reflects the sunlight, and so it turns, we see it as blue, because it reflects blue light. Sorry, it reflects blue light, and we see it as blue because it's lacking oxygen. So that I can understand, right? That maybe, but who gets sunlight in their balls, right? Nobody gets sunlight in their balls. Even if you're at the beach, usually you have to be covered unless you belong to a nudist club. And so it's an area of our bodies that really doesn't get any sunlight. And that's just how it is. So your balls are not gonna get blue. Your balls are very unlikely to get blue, in my opinion. Again, do your own research, so you can come to your own opinions, right? But that's what I've come to believe. I'm gonna do further research regarding this for my own benefit, and if I find anything else that's significant, then I'll let you guys know. But as far as I know, this bullshit about men getting blue balls, that's just another feminist plot to pull a fast one on men, so that we feel ashamed about being who we are. And so it's all a psychological war game, and these people, they don't know what it's like to take a break. They really don't. Everything's an attack on men. And oh, one more thing, they say that it's possible that women get blue balls. Think about that. Really? That it's possible that women get blue balls, right? So first of all, they don't have balls. So how the hell are they gonna get blue balls? Well, they say, well, during prior to intercourse, women get they get a excess amount of blood flow heading down there and whatnot, and if they feel tense and they don't discharge because the man failed to please her, then all that tension builds up, and yes, they can get a blue ball syndrome or whatever. Again, bullshit. They don't have balls, so how the hell are they gonna get blue balls? And if the blood is heading down there, most likely to be oxygen-rich blood, right? And but that was their way of trying to say that men are not really pleasing women, sexually, and it's just another put down. That's it. So if you have any sort of medical training, I would appreciate if you try to find some of this out and put it in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Is it a myth? Is it not a myth? But as far as I know, not a single man has been treated for this bullshit so-called disease, epididymal hypertension, otherwise known as blue balls. Alright guys, that's all I wanted to tell you today. I'll talk to you either later on tonight or sometime tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.